Students, last time we have seen the purpose of cutting fluid, and next and the last term in the first unit is machinability. Now, what is machinability? So, it gives the idea of the ease with which it can be machined. Simple definition: the machinability is the ease with which it can be machined. Machine means cutting the material from the workpiece of that particular metal. So that is what is machinability, the ability to get machined or the ease of getting machined. The parameters generally influencing this machinability, on what parameters this machinability depends, are physical properties of the material. Naturally, the physical properties of the material uh, will affect the machinability, its hardness. So many things are there, will affect the machinability. If it is very hard, then the machinability will be less. Then mechanical properties of the material. So this is again a thing with which the machinability can be getting affected. Then chemical composition of the material, then microstructure of the material, the grain structure or the microstructure of the material, and the cutting conditions. So if the cutting conditions means all the cutting parameters are say normal or to the mark, then we can say that the machinability of that material can be improved. But if the cutting conditions are not better, so many things are there which are influencing the cutting or the machining. So one of the parameter is cutting conditions. Since the property, that is machinability of the material, depends on various factors or variable factors, you can say tool life. The longer the tool life it enables at a given cutting speed, the better is the machinability. So tool life, if it is longer, means it can work in a proper way between two regrindings, then we can say that it can give you better machinability. Then surface finish, it is also directly proportional. That is, the better the surface finish, higher will be the machinability. Then power consumption, lower power consumption per unit of metal indicates better machinability. नॅचरली मशिनेबिलिटी जर बरोबर नसेल, त्यामुळे जसं जसं मेटल हार्ड होईल तसा त्याची मशिनेबिलिटी कमी होईल आणि त्याला लागणाऱ्या सगळ्या गोष्टी ह्या, जसं टूल लाईफ आहे त्या केसमध्ये टूल लाईफ हे कमी राहील, पॉवर कन्झ्युम्ड आहे, पॉवर कन्झम्पशन जे आहे ते जास्त राहील, स्मूथ ऑपरेशन होणार नाही, सरफेस फिनिशिंग व्यवस्थित येणार नाही, कटिंग फोर्सेस, the lesser the amount of cutting force जो आहे acting tool, so we can say that machinability will be higher in that situation. Metal removal जे आहे ते higher the volume of metal removed under standard cutting forces, the higher the machinability will be there. Then shear angle, larger shear angle denotes better machinability. What is shear angle, that we will see in detail. Shear angle, when the tool is getting in contact with the workpiece, then the angle between the tool chip interface is the angle of shear. There the shear forces are acting on that, so that we'll see in detail. Then rate of metal removal, standard cutting conditions. So if it is higher, we can say that machinability is good one. Then there is a term known as machinability index, and for that the machinability of the steel is taken as datum or the base, and then the machinability of other materials are compared with that. So if the material is softer than steel, such as copper, aluminium, brass, bronze, machinability can be, that index can be higher than 100. But if it is harder than the steel, such as stainless steel or the high speed steels, it will be less than 100. So the machinability of different materials are compared in terms of their machinability indexes. it is a term which is defined to know the machinability of a particular metal or the material. The machinability index of the free cutting steel serves as a data. So that is the base. माइल स्टील जे म्हणतो आपण त्याला बेस घेतलेला आहे, त्याला 100 घेतलेला आहे आणि मग त्याच्या कंपॅरिझनमध्ये बाकीच्या मेटल्सची मशिनेबिलिटी इंडेक्स ठरवलेला आहे, विथ रेफरन्स टू विच ऑल अदर मशिनेबिलिटी इंडेक्सेस आर कंपेअर्ड. दी मशिनेबिलिटी इंडेक्स ऑफ दिस स्टील इज टेकन ॲज 100. So for computing, this formula is there, the relationship, and it is in percentage, so it is into 100. So cutting speed of metal in 20 minutes tool life upon cutting speed of standard free cutting steel for 20 minutes tool life. So जो मेटल, ज्या मेटलचा मशिनेबिलिटी इंडेक्स आपल्याला काढायचा आहे त्याला स्पीड त्याचा 20 मिनटं टूल लाईफसाठी अपॉन जे स्टील माइल्ड स्टील म्हणतो आपण किंवा फ्री कटिंग स्टील त्याचा स्पीड 20 मिनिट टूल लाईफचा इंटू 100 इज दी मशिनेबिलिटी इंडेक्स ऑफ दॅट पर्टिक्युलर मेटल. सो इथे काही उदाहरणं दिली आहे, जसं स्टेनलेस स्टील आहे, हे हार्ड आहे साध्या स्टीलपेक्षा, सो इट इज 25, सो लेस दॅन 100. लो कार्बन स्टील इज अगेन हार्डर दॅन दी माइल्ड स्टील, सो इट इज 55 to 65. Then red brass, copper, aluminum alloys, magnesium alloys, they are getting higher and higher as the machinability getting increased as compared to the mild steel. So this completes your first unit, in which we have seen the cutting parameters, the tool geometry. The major portion of this is the tool geometry or the angles given on the tool, then the cutting fluid. So we'll see this is type of cutting we have seen initially, oblique cutting and orthogonal cutting, its difference, classification of cutting tools, then the single point cutting tool nomenclature is there, all the angles, where the angles are given and why these angles are given. These are the important terms of the single point cutting tool. Then the say orthographic projection of the cutting tool, where the front view, top view and side view, from where we can get the clear cut idea about the various angles given on this. These are the important angles. Tool terminology can be called as, then the rake angle and the effect of these angles, various angles and their importance is given. Then tool signature is there, various systems used to designate the tool. One is American system that we have seen in detail. Then reference planes, coordinate system and orthogonal system is there, with the help of which we can designate the tool. Then tool geometry, that is angles, various angles given on this orthogonal system and the tool geometry with the orthogonal system, this we have seen. Then chip, which is coming out because of cutting or machining from the metal, that we have seen. How the chip breakers or how the breaking of chip is happening, that we have seen. Then the forces acting on the single point cutting tool. Then the cutting parameters such as cutting speed, feed and depth of cut, that we have seen. What is cutting speed? Then we have seen tool wear, what are various types of tool wear. Then we have seen tool life, what do we mean by tool life, that we have seen. Then factors affecting the tool life. Then tool material, types of cutting tool, then characteristics of cutting tool material, what are the qualities required from the cutting tool material. Then types of cutting fluids. Cutting fluids are acting as coolant as well as lubricant. Then purpose of cutting fluid, and last term was machinability. So this is the end of the first unit, and we'll see the next unit, that is turning or lathe. So unit number 2 is lathe, that is turning operation, and this lathe or the that machine is known as the mother of all the machines, because it was invented, first machine which is invented for the cutting operation, lathe machine. So lathe is one of the most versatile, means almost all operations of metal cutting can be done on lathe. We have got some specialized machines such as drilling operation, boring operation, shaping operation, then planing operations, slotting operations. We can do in separate. We can have a separate slotter. We can have a separate planner or a shaper or a drilling machine. But we can do all these operations on the lathe. Uh, so lathe is most versatile and widely used machine tool all over the world. It is commonly known as the mother of all the machine tools. So the main function of lathe is to remove metal from a job to give it the required shape and size. So whenever we are talking of cutting, when we are talking of machining, what we are doing ultimately, from a workpiece or a stock workpiece, we are removing the unwanted material and to get a desired shape. So that is what is we are doing by any cutting operation or any machine, we are doing the same thing. So an engine lathe is the most basic and simplest form of the lathe. The engine lathe is also known as center lathe. Now why this name is engine lathe? So when this machine was invented, so the power required to run this lathe was a steam engine, because that time the electricity and all this was not discovered. So the power given to this lathe by a steam engine. That's why the name is engine lathe. Otherwise, there is no engine in the lathe. It was earlier it was driven by with the help of a steam engine. So that's why the name is engine lathe. It is also called as center lathe. It is the most basic and simplest form of the lathe. Any roadside workshop, if you go, any sort of industry, any small workshop, if you go, you will find a lathe there, because that is the most versatile machine with the help of which we can do almost all cutting operations. So lathe can be used to carry out other operations also, such as drilling, reaming, boring, taper turning, knurling, screw thread cutting, grinding, etc. So and so forth. So many operations we can do on the lathe. So this is a pictorial view of the center lathe. Better we can have the name of these parts. You can see the picture. There is a headstock here, then the tailstock, the bed is there, the tool is mounted on this cross slide. So we'll see this in detail in the next picture or next diagram. We can have this line diagram of this. So this is on the left side of this is the driving mechanism, and that driving mechanism is consist of a pulley and belt arrangement or a gear arrangement, means there can be a all geared headstock also. So this is the headstock which is enclosing all the driving mechanism. Driving means from the electric motor the power is given to some pulley, and that pulley is attached with the help of belt to some gear arrangement, and with the help of which we can rotate the spindle of the machine. That spindle speed can be varied with the help of gear arrangement. We can have reduced speed, we can have higher speed depending on what sort of cutting we are doing, depending on various parameters such as depth of cut is very small, the material is soft, we can keep higher speed. So all this facility we can get it with the help of gearing arrangement. So it can be all geared headstock also. The motor speed or the spindle of the motor can be connected to the machine spindle directly without this pulley and belt arrangement. So spindle is driven with the help of this electric motor by all this driving mechanism. On the spindle there can be any attachment. So normally it is a chuck, CHUK. We will see that chuck in detail in coming slides. Chuck is used to hold the workpiece. So workpiece is rigidly held in chuck. Then this middle portion is shown where we can see the cross slide, it is known as, on which there is a tool post and the tool is mounted on that. This tool can be moved in either direction linearly, on right side, or we can move it on left side. So tool is mounted on tool post. This is the tailstock which is used to just support the workpiece. If the workpiece is long and if length of the workpiece is higher, then it will require support from other side also. One side will be held in the chuck, the other side will be supported with the help of a tailstock. This tailstock can be used for some other purposes also. In case of boring operation, if you want to bore a hole, we can use this tailstock. So that we'll see in detail. So the last portion on the right side, it is known as a tailstock. So headstock, tailstock, cross slide or the tool post, and the bed. Bed means the frame on which this all mechanism is mounted. So that provides the support to all this mechanism. So that is what is bed of this lathe. So this we will see in detail in the next diagram also. In this one, this is again a picture in which the center lathe is shown. This is the chuck. This is the spindle on which the chuck is mounted. The workpiece is held in between the headstock and the tailstock, the long workpiece, and it is shown black color is the material which we have got, and the material is removed from this, it appears in white color. So this is machining going on. The tool is mounted on this tool post which is in middle portion. So this is a sort of arrangement we are having in lathe machine. So this is a line diagram in which we can see these parts clearly. Again, the headstock is there. Headstock is meant for enclosing all the driving mechanism. Then there is a spindle. This is live center. Live center means which is rotating continuously, spindle. So in this, on this live center, we can mount any sort of holding device. Holding device can be a chuck, can be a faceplate, or any sort of, that we'll see in detail, the various holding devices. Normally a chuck is mounted here. So in that chuck is rotated with the help of the spindle, because the chuck is mounted on the spindle itself. And rotation of that chuck, because the workpiece is held in chuck, that workpiece is rotated and this tool is brought in contact with the workpiece because of the shear action there, because of the other factors such as the material to be cut is softer than the material of the tool, the material is getting cut from the workpiece. So this is the cross slide, and this is known as carriage on which this cross slide is mounted. Then there is a compound rest and there is a tool. So we can move this tool on linearly on either side, means on the right side or left side. We can move it crosswise also with the help of this cross slides. याला मागे पुढे पण आपण करू शकतो, किंवा याला आपण तिरपं पण करू शकतो. याला आपण म्हणजे याला सगळ्या डिग्रीजमध्ये आपण याला फिरवू शकतो या टूलला. बिकॉज ऑफ दिस कॅरेज वी कॅन मूव linearly on the right or left side. Because of cross slide we can move it perpendicular to this. याला आपण समोर मागे पण करू शकतो. आणि बिकॉज ऑफ दिस कंपाऊंड रेस्ट याला आपण तिरपं पण करू शकतो. अँग्युलर याला आपण मूवमेंट देऊ शकतो या टूलला. सो दिस अरेंजमेंट यू विल फाइंड इन द वर्कशॉप. वेन यू विल सी दिस in practical, you will have to perform the job on the lathe. You will have to go for a turning job in practicals. So this lathe machine is there. This is the support where the bed is there, and this is the column on which all this mechanism is mounted. This is the base. This is bed of the machine. Then this feed gearbox is there. Feed is given to the tool. So tool can be moved manually, or we can move it automatically with the help of this lead screw. We can give the motion to this. We can set the dimension and can move this continuously. So in case of screw cutting, or you can say thread cutting, we can go for with the help of this lathe we can cut the threads on workpiece internally as well as externally. Then these are the guideways. Guideways are the ways on which this arrangement is moving. याला मागे पुढे करता येऊ शकतं. हा टेल स्टॉक आपण मागे पुढे करू शकतो. तर तो कशावर मागे पुढे करू शकतो? तो त्या गाईडवर मागे पुढे करू शकतो. सो दिस इज टेल स्टॉक. सो विथ द हेल्प ऑफ विच वी कॅन होल्ड दी वर्कपीस, लॉंगर वर्कपीस ॲज वेल ॲज दिस इज नोन ॲज डेड सेंटर. डेड सेंटर म्हणजे याला मोमेंट नाही आहे. हा जस्ट याला वर्कपीसला होल्ड करण्यासाठी आहे. सो दॅट्स वाय इट इज नोन ॲज डेड सेंटर. So this is what are the parts of this lathe. Main parts are headstock, the driving mechanism. याच्यामध्ये स्पिंडल आलं, गिअर अरेंजमेंट आली, बेल्ट पुली असेल तर ते आलं, ते लिव्हर्स आले. हे सगळं जे आहे, जे ड्रायव्हिंग मेकॅनिझम आहे ते इथे आहे. हे कनेक्टेड असते इलेक्ट्रिक मोटरशी, जे आपण ज्याला पॉवर म्हणू. त्याच्यानंतर आहे हा कॅरेज. कॅरेजवर असतो टूल. कॅरेजवर वेगवेगळ्या अरेंजमेंट्सनी आपण याला मागे पुढे सरकवू शकतो. उजव्या हातावर डाव्या हातावर सरकू शकतो. याला आपण अराउंड दी 360 डिग्री याला आपण रोटेटिंग करू शकतो, म्हणजे कोणत्याही डिग्रीवर याला ॲडजस्ट करू शकतो. सो ऑल दीज मोमेंट्स कॅन बी पॉसिबल बिकॉज ऑफ ऑल दीज अरेंजमेंट. देन this tail stalk is there. So main parts are carriage, headstock, tail stalk, bed. So all these other things are the parts of these things, such as this carriage is having cross slide, compound race, tool post. All these are the parts of the carriage. Then there is spindle, headstock, gears, levers. All these are the parts of the headstock. Dead center, this is the part of the tailstock, and this bed is there providing the support to this machine, and these legs or the columns are there on which this machine is mounted, and it provides you the robust structure so that this machine will be able to cut the material, because while cutting so many forces will be acting. Unless this machine is robust or properly if the foundation is not better, or it is not if some vibrations are there, if some shocks are there, we cannot say that the cutting conditions will be ideal, or we cannot say that the cutting will be proper. So this machine required to be rigid, required to be robust for a proper working condition or cutting condition. So next is the construction of this lathe machine. That parts we have already seen the diagram on this. Then a simple lathe comprises of a bed made of grey cast iron. So bed is always made of cast iron, on which headstock, tailstock, carriage and other components of the lathe are mounted. त्या बेडवरती सगळं माउंट केलेलं असतं. Headstock, tailstock, carriage and other things. The major parts of the lathe machine are given as under. Bed is there, legs are there. Legs means the column on which it is resting. Headstock is there, tailstock is there, and carriage is there. Headstock is for driving mechanism, tailstock is for supporting the workpiece from the other side, and carriage is holding the tool, moving the tool with respect to the workpiece. In any direction we can move, to and fro we can move, crosswise we can move it at an angle, we can do that. So all setting is possible because of various arrangement in carriage. So these are the major parts of the lathe machine. First is the bed. Now bed is the base on which the different fixed and operating parts of the lathe are mounted. या बेडवर हे सगळे पार्ट्स माउंट केलेले असतात. तो दॅट प्रोव्हाइड्स अ सपोर्ट टू दी ऑल दी असेंब्ली. द फॅसिलिटीज, द करेक्ट रिलेटिव्ह लोकेशन ऑफ फिक्स पार्ट, अँड द सेम टाइम प्रोव्हाइड्स वे फॉर वेल गायडेड अँड कंट्रोल मुवमेंट ऑफ दी ऑपरेटिंग पार्ट्स. तर तो पार्ट जो आहे तो माउंट केलेला आहे, त्याला मागे पुढे करायचा आहे, त्याला समोर सरकवायचा आहे, ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टी या बेडवर माउंट केलेल्या असतात. इट मस्ट बी व्हेरी रिजिड अँड रोबस्ट कन्स्ट्रक्शन. ते चांगलं स्ट्रॉंग असलं पाहिजे, कारण ते जर स्ट्रॉंग नसेल तर मशीन तुमची कमजोर होईल, कटिंग बरोबर होणार नाही. सो लेथ बेड आर युजली मेड ऑफ सिंगल पीस कास्टिंग ऑफ कास्ट आयर्न. एकाच पीसचं असते ते, 2 वेगवेगळ्या 3 वेगवेगळे पीसेस जोडले नाही, एक 1 पीस सिंगल पीस असते. द कास्ट आयर्न फॅसिलिटेड ऑन अँड इझी स्लायडिंग ॲक्शन. स्लायडिंग ॲक्शन जे आहे ते फॅसिलिटेट म्हणजे त्याच्यावर आपल्याला कॅरेज मागे पुढे करायचा आहे, क्रॉस स्लाईड मागे पुढे करायचा आहे, टेलस्टॉक मागे पुढे करायचा आहे. ऑल दिस कॅन बी इझिली डन ऑन दिस. द बेड कास्टिंग आर युजली मेड टू हॅव अ बॉक्स सेक्शन इनकॉर्पोरेटिंग क्रॉस रिब. त्याचं जे स्ट्रक्चर असते बेडचं ते बॉक्स सेक्शन म्हणजे क्रॉस रिब्स दिलेलं असतात त्याच्यात. म्हणजे ते स्ट्रक्चर जे आहे, जसं आपण म्हणतो की ट्रसेस आहे किंवा कोणत्याही याचं स्ट्रक्चर जे असते ते फोर्सेस कसे ॲक्ट होतील त्याच्यानुसार डिझाईन केलेलं असते टू गिव्ह ए रिजिड फाउंडेशन टू दॅट मशीन. सो इट इज ए बॉक्स सेक्शन इनकॉर्पोरेटिंग क्रॉस रिब्स. त्याला रिब्स असतात क्रॉस, दॅट विल कॅन सी दॅट इझिली. So this is what is the first part and the main part of the lathe machine, that is bed, on which all these parts or all these assemblies of the lathe machine are mounted. Next is legs. So this we'll see in the next session.